Do, 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 do. All right. Am I in fact streaming? All right, let me take a look here. Where is this? It's this thing here. Let me hit that. I hit that. Am I streaming? I am actually streaming. Am I? Can you guys hear me? All right, let me take a look. Oh, I am. Who knew I could actually get it this far? Oh, I don't see the live chat. Are there people? Oh, there are people here. How does Alice ever know who the people are who are here? Who are you? Oh, hey. Oh, right. Here we go. What is Alice? All right. Oh, nice to have you. Here we go. I am shocked I got this far. Maybe Alice, she's always wigging out about how hard this is. Like, was this always never been hard? Okay. Here we go. Now, let's see if I can record this. Oh, this is great. Check one. Here we go. I know you're up there. I'll try to look at you more, and I'll try to check out the chat. So say hi. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tom Shattuck here. Good evening. Some of you I just saw on the main Wire TV. Hello, welcome back. Some of you have been Burn Barrel friends and listeners for quite a while. Nice to see you guys again. Thank you for bearing with me. I can't believe I got this working so easy without Alice. I am going to have to do an audit and see exactly how much, as a matter of personnel, is she a necessary member of this organization, or certainly does she need a mild pay cut? A few things I want to get to as we get going here are, one, it seems like, depending if you go by like Poly Market or the numbers of pizzas being sold around the Pentagon, something's up. Other social media like said that like there's B-52s taken out of moving, U.S. aircraft moving out of Israel. Who knows? And it seems like something's up as far as Iran goes. I have been a let's bomb Iran guy since 1979. If you guys are near my age, you'll remember being mad at Iran because they took hostages, and the Ayatollah Khomeini was this big dickhead. And yeah, so we were like, it kind of reminds me of the movie Starship Troopers, you know, when the kids were crushing the ants. We were kind of raised to hate Iran because they did that. And I remember like we got a globe, you know, the spinning world globe, and we decided to like nuke Iran and like stabbed it with a pencil or something. Sorry, it just happens to be true. That was the time, and you understand. I know a guy, a friend who's about 10 years older than me, I think about. And he and his bros went down into like Boston to like beat people up. And I don't know if it ever happened, but that was the intent anyway. It was a different time. I also used to work with a bunch of people who still were like thrilled about talking about throwing rocks at buses during busing. So, well, whatever. Different time, different place. So I'm not I see a riff in the Burn Barrel's future. What's a riff? Alice is good at holding her breath. Yeah. Hi, Mrs. T, and hi everybody. Hey, Philip. Chili for the I have that. If you're not watching the video, I have a great shot of Alice. It's just a great shot. You know what she would? It's funny. You just can't. Right, Tommy says I remember those days. As far as Alice's wardrobe goes, it's all about how you do it. But she looks beautiful in that picture. Absolutely. So I'm not an Iran expert, so I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I do have. Oh, I meant to do this thing about Steve too. There's a thing that we're working on at the Main Wire. I'm not plugging. I am plugging actually, because this is like the biggest story in the country. I feel like, because it encapsulates so much. So you remember there was a Lewiston, Maine shooting a few years ago, and either 18 or 19 people were killed, and so Maine set up a bunch of a charity to take care of the victims and their healthcare bills and all that stuff. In any way, the steering committee on the charity, let's say they raised $6 million, they took $2 million and steered it to themselves, and it's kind of blowing up. And a lot of the money was steered into these Somali fake healthcare places. Anyway, it is such a incredible story. And so it just shows so much corruption, and it's even deeper and more disturbing than that. Look for it. And the guys at the Main Wire have been all over it, and it's going to be the amount of corruption. It's happening in Minnesota right now. It's getting blown wide open, and it's getting the same thing is happening in Maine. It's a little bit different, but essentially it's the same. Medicare, Medicaid, billing for services that never happened. Some of these businesses were never even there. And it's millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Meanwhile, Maine taxpayers are sucking. They're taking a boot to the neck. And you guys know, I mean, if anywhere in the blue state, it's happening in Massachusetts too, in its own way. And these progressives, there's nothing if you're willing to steal the charitable money for people who just got shot during a massacre, you're willing to do anything. So you just watch for this stuff. Watch for it to go down. All right, let's go see. I'm going to go through some of this audio I have. First of all, here's Fox News on the latest in Iran. Trey Yingst, if that's not a name made for the news, by the way. Trey Yingst. Hold on, Trey.
Tonight, I was able to connect with yet another civilian on the ground in Iran, in the city of Isfahan, a city that sits to the south of Tehran. It has a population of about 2 million people. This source telling Fox News that clashes are unfolding in the streets tonight. He says security forces are using live ammunition on demonstrators. He described it as a battle. Martha?
Trey Yingst, thank you very much.
Martha, sounds like if it's only one side is armed, it sounds like a slaughter. But from just little things I'm gleaning from social media out there, and do you remember, this is Tom Shattuck gleaning things from social media. It seems like the citizenry has had enough. And we'll see. It'll be great. It'd be great to get these wacko fanatics out of Iran. Iran was a great place at one time. I don't know about you. But first of all, I'm not sure if I love the food. There used to be an Iranian restaurant on I think Chestnut Street on Beacon Hill, 20 years ago. Was it Lala Roque? I forgot what it was called. Anyway, and I had some food there, and I thought it was terrible. I'm not a huge fan of yogurt as an entree, but then again, who knows? I used to hate Indian food too before I realized it's awesome. So, but who knows? But the main reason, obviously, that Iran, on just a very base level, is Persian women are some of the most beautiful women in the world, and they need to be free. Absolutely free and distributed around the globe. They're wonderful. Okay. Trump is serious about this. He put out a Truth Social. Effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all businesses being done with the United States of America. This order is final and conclusive. It's from Trump. I'll tell you one thing. He's, if you want to smack talk fest, then you've got the right president, because he wants this. He wants Iran, the shackles to be taken off the people in Iran. He wants this on his resume. He wants the credit for it. And I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. Like I said, I'm looking at all these pizza things here saying 5:16 p.m. There's a huge spike in pizzas. The idea is around the Pentagon. The idea is that it's going to be a late night for those folks. I don't know. I mean, it is in the newspaper business. It always was. The big pizza drop would happen on election night and things like that. So now, I guess we're going to have to get to the Minneapolis stuff. Here is our Mark Ruffalo at the Golden Globes last night.
Really, I got to be honest with you. I'm not feeling so great. We have a woman, Renee Good, was murdered in our streets of America today, and we got literally stormtroopers running around terrorizing. And
now, before we go any further, so Renee Good was not murdered. Renee Good went to the cop. The cop didn't go seek her out. She went to the police. They were harassing police all day. She did about 500 of the things you have to do to manage to get yourself shot by ICE. And other than that, if you don't do those 500 things, it's almost impossible to get killed by ICE. Almost impossible. I have not been killed by ICE, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. Either you or you're not going to. You have to do a number of things to get killed by ICE. And she did a lot of them. And now she's dead, and it's on her wife, and it's on Tim Walz, and it's on Jacob Fry. Those are the people who murdered her. If anybody murdered her at all, it's the people that gave her, that washed her into thinking that she was literally, like Mark Ruffalo says, dealing with stormtroopers. Like, do you have like near zero respect for anybody affected by Nazis, that you didn't bother to learn what actual stormtroopers did, and it wasn't tear people out of vans and yell at them? Oh.
As much as I love all this, I don't know if I can pretend like this crazy stuff isn't happening. We have a president who says the laws of the world don't apply to him, and
I love that he says, as much as I love all this, I don't know if I can enjoy. You stayed for every free drink all night and ate all the awesome food and enjoyed the hell out of the gift bags. You just said a few things to the cameras before you did it.
We could rely on his morality, but he has no morality. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave the world? So,
if he has no morality, that leaves you just fine, as a matter of fact, because Donald Trump likes gold, fixtures, and women, and golf. So unless you're a golf ball, I guess, then that leaves you just fine, and that leaves ICE doing what they were supposed to do, which is do extractions. I heard in the commentary podcast they're saying maybe they shouldn't dress like they're military guys. Well, they're doing like extractions that could go south at any time. ICE guys, for better or worse, wore the combat stuff when they were rousting Elian Gonzalez. You keep playing this game that we saw a murder and you saw. It's like, you should be able to say then, there's no murder. What you can't do is, like we talked about it last night, is that you can't go see a traffic stop and then go intervene and try to mess with the cops. Why is it only these people, these progressives, these fat, pasty people, why do they think only they are allowed to intervene and obstruct officers and get in the way of police work? It's amazing. Like, when the cops are really doing something, cordoning something off in Boston, like, they bark at you. You get the bleep out of there. There's no time where I'm allowed to say, oh, yeah, F you. No, I'd be on the ground in a second being disappeared. Oh.
I love these people. I love being here. I love you.
Shut
but
up.
Also can't. It's so hard to pretend anymore. Mm-hmm. This is crazy what's happening.
I have to ask you, because I have family from the Twin Cities, so yeah. I understand how hard that is right now. Well, lots of people are hurting right now, and that's the problem, is that the people are hurting.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're watching apprehensions. One of the reasons why these apprehensions get big and loud is because these legal advisors, like this lady who died the other day, are messing with the cops. Sometimes they're assaulting the cops. And so what should just be an easy extraction or an interrogation or a conversation turns into a big conflagration in a Donnybrook. And with all your whistles blowing and saying, look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. The people have had enough. This is not, you're framing it as stormtroopers ripping people to disappear them out of the mother's arms, of the babies. Like, shut the, God, you people are so dishonorable. I swear 30 years ago, arguing with a Democrat was a different thing. And they weren't such absolutely just vacuous pussies. Oh. All right, back to my chat here. Too many people are believing the BS. Yeah, I know. She was murdered. It could happen to any of us. I know. And like this. Yeah. It's funny. You should just. Tommy says they should dress like Mr. Rogers. Yeah. It wouldn't matter. Of course, I would be considered terrible too. By the way, Mr. Rogers has also been disappeared. I know he's dead. Mainwire TV is on YouTube. Julian Phil. They do tweet it out when they're going. I'll find out. It's under the Robinson Report, I think, but it's also on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Follow them on Facebook, the Mainwire and Robinson Report, because we got a whole bunch of, and now we can read the comments there during that show too. I'm just here for time and analysis of the breakdown of the Patriots playoff game. I did watch. My life splash is like this now. We cord cut. We got rid of our. I called up because Toast told me to, because we couldn't watch the game because Verizon was having a fight with Cox Media, and we said we're just going to do YouTube TV, but our TV is too much of a piece of crap, so our TV doesn't work for YouTube TV. So what I have to do now is put the game on my phone and smart cast it, whatever, to the TV, which is now used as a monitor. So my Patriots experience is very different. That said, I like seeing them win very, very much. It's very fun. I like. Maybe this is why I like Drake May more than Brady as a QB. Brady always had to make it heart attackville. I don't want it. No heart attacks. I want blowouts. I want straight blowouts that like real sports homers find boring. That's what I want. Tom's more of a baseball fan, especially enamored with batsmen. I was a baseball fan growing up, and through the Red Sox thing, whatever. I'm back into it because the Pats are good now, and because I think having it on, if we could have it on, would be good for the kids. But we really can't have it on. Too many people are believing. Yeah. Use all that Patreon money for a new smart TV. I'll tell you, we probably should have. This TV that we got in 2018 when we first moved to this house. This TV has always sucked. It never was able to do any updates either. And then the one that was good when Alice was doing, we had one in the kitchen, which was a better one. Not great. You TV nerds wouldn't like it. But that one, because Alice, remember the roof was leaking and it destroyed the inside of the kitchen? Well, Alice had to, she was putting all the wall board up. What's it called? The board, particle board, but the stuff that you put. Anyway, in all that construction stuff, which is kind of still going on, it cracked. So we do need one. But don't. I'm not saying that you would buy us a TV, but do not buy us a TV. We are undeserving of that. You do have a illegal TV guy? I'm willing to have that conversation. So in other words, he'll gype a TV from somebody who rightfully purchased the TV and sell it to me. If ICE was an agent, if I was an ICE agent on day one, I would be shooting up shopping centers and driving a killdozer through town centers. I have no idea how they maintain composure. I know. I see it too, and I'm like, man, I don't know how any of you could, or how anybody can withstand all that crap. All right, back to my cuts. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's John Fetterman on Iran and the protesters and this and that.
The president saying he's now considering taking military action inside Iran. Do you want the U.S. to get involved like that?
Sure, absolutely. And now if it continues...
How funny is he? Sure.
...to make more sense, absolutely. I think I was the only Democrat that fully supported our strike of their Iranian nuclear facilities last year. And now, by then, without those kinds of strikes, Iran could have acquired a nuclear bomb. I hope we can all agree that Iran should have never acquired a nuclear bomb. And Iran is one of the world's top terrorist unwriter. And now you have that poisonous regime now in spiral. So why wouldn't we want to support that? And those brave protesters, they've killed probably more than 600 by now. So now, why would we want to have the kinds of targeted kinds of action that could break that regime?
There are sources do tell CNN that there are concerns inside the Trump administration, though, that taking military action, military strikes, could actually backfire and undermine the protests by swelling support for the Iranian government.
I somehow don't think so.
Do you see that?
Not in this case.
Yeah, if it makes sense. Again, if those strikes make sense, absolutely, I do support those things. You know, I don't know exactly what the conversation is. I'm saying I'm open to that, and I am actually inspired by the real kinds of courage that those protesters in Iran are demonstrated now. So I don't know why we can't all want to support that, to back them and now bring that.
How great is he? How great is he? Who ever saw that coming? Are you for attacking Iran? Sure. Man, you don't hear anybody speaking like that. Let's see. So that's Fetterman. Oh, all right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's see. That was next. I like seeing those B-52s. I like those B-52s. I'll tell you, it's a good-looking machine. Here's Judd Apatow crying last night.
10 years ago, since then we've had COVID. I believe we're a dictatorship now. And
I love how all these like bitchy people in the West Coast, authoritarian and dictatorship. And notice like nobody ever arrests them. And don't they ever wonder why that is? It's like, my goodness. Meanwhile, the guys on the Squawk, who's this guy? Joe Kiernan is on with Senator Mark Warner talking about these immigration raids.
Now, I know Trump has deported or sent back 350, 400,000 people. Barack Obama, your guy, as you called Trump, my guy, it was 5 million. It was 5 million over 8 years. Now we're at 350,000. What changed with Democrats on it? I know Biden let in 12 million. Is it about votes? Why did these people, why isn't it a crime to be here? Not that they haven't committed a crime.
The border being as open as it was under Biden was one of the reasons Trump got elected. But the idea...
So you're glad it's closed now?
Do I think we ought to not have a fully open border? Absolutely. I've said that all along.
So with the 12 million that came in, what do we do?
The question I have for you is closing the border versus sending out ICE agents across the country to randomly pick up people based on quotas that have committed no crime.
How did Obama deport 5 million?
Done at the border. I think it was a lot of that was done at the border.
They were sent back.
And the truth
Let the senator answer, other guy.
I don't think the American people signed up for this, where you see people...
Signing up for this is this performative progressives who are performative whenever there's something they don't like, all getting themselves arrested and screaming and then saying, I need water for my eyes, water, medic. All these bitches, and then the media framing it as if it's not LARPing. It's performance art bullshit, and it should be called out. But no, because they are also upset because Trump is mean and they wanted the first woman to be president.
Who are working, there ought to be a path towards legality.
Dude, you're the senator who made the laws. If there ought to be a path, Biden had 2 years with the House and Senate. He could have done all the paths you wanted to.
We've worked on that. We've screwed that up, immigration reform, for years, both sides.
So you apologize. It's your fault then.
But the idea that we're going to send in these ICE agents, by the way, Joe, do you realize ICE used to take 5 to 6 months to get trained? They've now lowered the training period to 47 days. Why 47 days? Because Donald Trump's the 47th president. Tell me that's
Maybe it was going to be 45 and he added 2. Who gives a frig? God, so disingenuous. All these people just scum. But hey, what are you going to do? Scum. Let's see what's next on the docket here. Seek removal of photos. Amherst calls to me. Okay. Yeah, that's Amherst is. There's a candlelight vigil last night. I'm gonna let it shine. Where is this? This is in Boston. It's not. Doesn't sound bad, actually. I'll give them that. It's better than this. This is what democracy looks like. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm not going to play Dave Matthews. We were going to play him last night. Here's another just a bit. Dave Matthews I hate, too, because he destroyed a lot of the 90s for me with stupid 3 billion chord jazz fest crap songs.
I don't want my taxes to pay for ICE, to masked thugs to roam our streets and terrorize our communities and rip families apart.
Oh, you dumbass. Oh, God. Learn fewer chords and more facts about things and some history. Oh, Dave Matthews. Why does he exist in my life ever? All right. Remote learning, only 47 days. Thanks, COVID. More than people get CDLs. Very well done. I like Private Idaho even more than Rock Lobster. B-52s, give me back my man. And funny how we don't hear from Mrs. Fetterman anymore. Oh, yeah, what happened to that? I'm not a huge B-52s guy. I like the girls with the high hair. Why can't we get a senator like Fetterman? Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Tom sorely misses Allison helping to come up with just the right word that Tom is stumbling with. No, I also don't get stepped on at all when Alice is not here. Oh, she was stepping left and right yesterday. My goodness. Oh. Okay. Let me go back to my stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't want to play any more Jacob Fry. I will just say this is that we can't let them win with their LARPing game. We can't do that. We need to have order and not be playing fantasy anymore. You can't have like little prancing guys like Jacob Fry be in charge of cities. What he's done was, first of all, he kissed the feet or the coffin of George Floyd while wailing like a freaking pussy. But then he did struggle sessions in front of the Black Lives Matter people, and they threw bottles at him, and he just stood there. I'm sorry. They disarmed the cops. They told people that it was fine to hate the cops. The cops were Nazis. ISIS Nazis. They've created this. So now this lady the other day, all she knows about the cops is all the progressive people that she's ever known have said that they're Nazis and are disappearing people. And she likes Mark Ruffalo, and he says that they're stormtroopers. So she feels emboldened and heroic fighting them. So she tries to run one over or harass one with the car or do whatever. It's like, you freaking morons. God, how many college degrees, by the way, are behind these people? It's like 100% of them have master's degrees. It's freaking crazy. All right. Let me see what I've got here. Chat. Is it chat time? How long have you been on? How do I even tell? Does it say? How many times have you been on? Recording 29 minutes. That's kind of short, but I'll use the chat for more topics. Or I'll use the those of you just listening and not watching, listening to the finished product, you must feel like you are getting your money's worth. Okay. Seems like all the comments are out of order on Tom's end. Tommy says gay music. Listen to a male Democratic politician. No, the scroll keeps scrolling, and so I'm new to the scrolling. Plus, I got people listening to, and they don't know what's happening right now. But it was this, or Alice. We'd have to do a show tonight at 11. So let's do some of the chat. We'll see what's up. Okay.
Hey, Billy from Manchester.
Hey, Billy.
Well, Tom ruined another food item for me. Just listened to the All You Can Eat, and he just whacked out 2 wet burritos. I mean, that's pretty freaking gross, and I will never eat a burrito again. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
No, when I say wet, I mean that I had with these. You order online and you can pick what's there. So I decided to get rid of like vegetables and beans and put more wet stuff there, like guacamole and aioli and chipotle stuff, and oh man, it's really good, really good. What's it called? Big Burrito Supreme? Is that what I said it is? Anyways, one in behavioral. Definitely try it.
I'm a bit black-pilled too, Alice, because a friend of mine who I've known for 37 years has, called me on Friday night and was extremely upset and prefaced our conversation with, first of all, no one is going anywhere. This is not, the end of our friendship. And then proceeds to lambaste me as one of 77 million people to vote for Donald Trump because of what happened in Minnesota.
That sounds like a late night, possibly post-Patriots game, or post-Golden Globes maybe in that case, a couple of beers call.
And I'm getting yelled at about, do you want to know what a real lawyer has to say about due process, about ICE, and this? And I was just like, I mean, we're like siblings, and we do fight at times, but her parents thought of me as an adopted son, and I love her family. Anyway, it was back and forth, and I was supposed to go down there Saturday.
Oh, no.
Because I spend weekends. It's down on the South Coast, and her daughter is my niece.
Oh my goodness.
We're family, and anyway, we smoothed it over. But man, the reaction, and of course, we're not going to see anything. In the media is never going to report anything positive about anything that's happening, so they just gin up their base.
No, and there was all those you just heard, all those removals during Obama, and they chose not to see it. They had convinced themselves that this narrative is this simple: that Trump bad, Republicans bad, mean white males bad, mean Nazis. That's it. And they're watching essentially on TV and online, on Instagram and on Facebook, they're watching the Nazis actually catch the Von Trapps in the tunnel this time and throw them into concentration camps. That's what they're seeing, and they're very upset, and they can't believe that you would still be for this Nazi. I can't believe it. It's not our job to inform you enough so that you're not hysterical like you are. It's not my job. And I'm sorry that I'm not hysterical, but I'm not hysterical not because I'm a complicit German during World War II. I'm not hysterical because I've just looked into everything. And I realized it doesn't pay to be hysterical. And even when I thought, oh my goodness, at the beginning of some of the Trump stuff, when I thought, is this bad? This is really bad. I would look into the things and say, oh wait, it's not quite what I was told. It's not what some of the stuff was bad. Not bad, not Nazi bad. But I'll tell you, there's nothing as bad as what the Obama administration did in Benghazi. I saw that. I saw every bit of that. And then they told us, you know what? We couldn't go in there and rescue everybody because it would have taken too long. And of course, how did they know how long it was going to take? Those guys held out on that roof for quite a while. But it doesn't matter. And we're just told to take it. Nobody went to jail for that. All right.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Could we just start calling Tom and Alice Siskel and Ebert now on the podcast? Tommy, you read off that list of movies. Tom has seen 2 of them. I think he saw Superman.
Yes.
And Get Shorty, and that was it. Tom, I don't understand how an American male born in 1972,
pretty much 73,
can grow up in the late 70s, early 80s, even into the 90s, and you've never seen The French Connection?
I have not. I have not seen The French Connection. I know I was supposed. I just didn't have that influence in my life. It's much like with like the band, the band. I just missed all of that. I was tuned into something else. I guess my mother didn't watch The French Connection. She was the big TV person. I watched miniseries because my parents were divorced. Okay, all right. I didn't have the right influence. My dad would have made me watch The French Connection. Instead, I watched the freaking Thornbirds, which is true.
It's one of the greatest action movies ever made. It holds up. I watch it at least once a year. It's fantastic.
I have not seen it. I will see it. I have also not seen The Shining, which is one I probably should see.
Oh, and by the way, you truly are Siskel and Ebert because actually you're not, because Siskel and Ebert would get facts about movies correct. Tom,
yes,
Hoosiers is not about college basketball. That's
it's not. I thought it was in the Indiana Hoosiers. Is that not right?
the whole point of the movie. It's a high school team with a lot of kids who had no chance to go to college. Oh.
I also didn't like the fact that who's the guy who played the drunk guy? Is that I don't like. I'm fine with drunk guys in movies. I can watch Arthur all day, but I don't like. Oh, it's Dennis Hopper. I don't like when the drunk guy is struggling and relapses and makes the scenes awkward. I know I'm supposed to feel like it's awkward, but yeah, I was not in the '80s. Along the time when that movie came. My brother was the kind of guy who watched Top Gun. I was not a Top Gun guy. I was. I liked. You know what I liked? I liked Bull Durham. So Bull Durham I liked, and the stuff I was supposed to like. Ghostbusters, I guess I liked. Oh, and I loved Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's where I was. Okay, I wasn't watching Hoosiers. I did like The Natural though.
Chappie from Maine.
Hey.
Boy, Billy from Manchester is just tearing you a new one today.
I know.
But everything he said pretty much was correct.
What?
And I always like when you're getting ready to come to the end of your pod where you just dismiss all of us regular El Cheapos that don't come to the Patreon. Oh, we'll talk about that in the Patreon.
Oh, Alice was blatant about that last night. I don't like that, actually. I think that's kind of dickish. And sometimes, like, the fifth column guys do that. I don't like it. What's his name? The gay guy on P-Town? Andrew Sullivan does that. And a recording comes in and says, for those of you who don't pay, this is the end of your adventure here. But for the rest of you, I do not like that. And actually, last night, when we were talking, I wanted to talk about, far be it from me to slam Alice while she's not here, but I wanted to talk about the Democrats condemning Hamas in the regular part of the show. I wanted to, but then Alice just paywalled it right off. Blame it on that lady.
Never mind it, you scrubs. We're going over to the other side. And just a note on the tragic shooting in Minnesota, and this is not meant to be funny at all.
Yeah.
My reaction to what happened was good shot.
Oh, my goodness.
He was disciplined. He did what he was trained to do.
There was at least one good, effective shot of there. There is no doubt about that.
It's a pity, but Alice, don't take that black pill, please. Don't take it. We are going to prevail. Goodness and godliness will prevail.
Here we go.
That's it.
Thank you, Chappie. You still have a lot of time. What's going to happen here? Still going. Still going. Do we enjoy the whole night with you here? It's funny how not great a program this is. This record, it fundamentally works well. It's nice and easy, but it says the duration of this message is 1 minute and 2 seconds, and the counter goes to 120. Nutty bean, jelly bean. Okay, have we attacked Iran yet? Let me look at Twitter. And by the way, I'm calling it Twitter. I'm back. Sorry, Elon. You can't have X. X means a lot of things for a lot of people. It's like there's no word anywhere that means more than X. All right, Iran. Latest. Here we go. Ready? Hang in there. Tous les vassaux Israël sont l'alerte rouge sur l'Iran. I wonder if they can put this into American. Trump says Iran wants to negotiate as the death toll protest rises to nearly 600. When was this? January 12th. That's yesterday. Yeah, don't negotiate with these dirtbags. No negotiating. What's the latest? Anything? Leaders. Oh, it says leaders assassinated by the people in the streets. IRGC leaders assassinated in Iran. Hey, I'm streaming it from YouTube, so you know it's true. We'll see what there is of that. I don't know. So yeah, if Iran is falling, then we will see. Let me just make sure again. Let me just throw Iran on the search again. By the way, if there are you listening to the show for the first time, it's usually better than this. I have a co-host usually. So, no. After the hundreds of protesters, no, since January 11th, my Persian friend is sending me videos from Iran. I'm sure they can be found elsewhere on the internet, but I'm happy to amplify them for him. It looks like people walking in the streets triumphantly. Iranian man slams Hollywood actor Mark Ruffalo. Here we go.
Mr. Mark Ruffalo, why are you talking about the ICE, that one single woman that died, that came in front of ICE? I don't understand where you guys want to take this with Gaza and Hamas and the Islamic Republic of Iran. Neither of you have lived under the Islamic Republic tyranny that you guys are talking about the death of one single woman that have came in front of an ICE agent, a police. And you guys are talking about, you guys have human rights. You guys have everything that you need in your life.
Here we go. Let's get this guy some more camera time. I love it. I guess we'll see. We'll see. Of course, I've brought you absolutely zero information, as it turns out. Let's see. Hold on. Let's check my friend Barry Weiss's news organization. Iran's exiled crown prince urges Trump to intervene soon, or regime will collapse. Trump briefed on military. Get rid of your ad blockers. Of course, this is the way it goes for Tom Shattuck trying to do something on the fly. Trump briefed on military, cyber, psychological options for Iran. Iran admits protest deaths, but claims situation under total control. We don't believe that is true. Okay, let's go back to the chat, shall we? And then I'll check the chat. And I'll be back.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
I guarantee you that the lesbian poetess who is now no longer with us and her quote wife unquote were both influenced also by the movie One Battle After Another. I don't know if you've seen this movie.
I have not.
But it's a father trying to find his daughter. That's essentially the plot.
No.
But the father is part of like a radical group of immigration activists, and they show them like freeing corralled Mexican immigrants and other immigrants and stuff like that. And the movie ends with the daughter leaving the house, to go fight injustice for some ICE raid in San Diego or something like that. These two broads were jerking themselves off to this movie, and it's just how pathetic.
I agree with you there, Steve. I think it is pathetic. Let's go back to the chat for a second. Isn't like this big John Anderson or whatever movie out like about ICE? Steve, if you listen to the commentary podcast, I thought that it was. All right. Don't let the cheapskates convince you to give them more content. We burn barrels want our $10 worth. There you go. No problem. Absolutely, Trish. Cheap post. That's a good point. Tommy New Hampshire says, oh, Richard Chamberlain. Thornbirds. Yeah, my mother was watching the Thornbirds and the Winds of War and whatever else was on at that time. Let me tell you one thing. While my mother was dialed into those, my brother and I were not allowed to make a lot of noise or laugh at it. It was not good. Yeah, that's a good point. Does she? Yes, please. If you want to get the exclusive stuff, become a Patreon, please. It's not even. It's like price of half a beer at Fenway, right? Can you buy half a beer? It's Richard Chamberlain. Maybe Paul. Paul resembles Richard Chamberlain. Paul does not resemble Richard Chamberlain. Paul, I would assume Paul has passed on by now. Paul looked like I don't know how to say it. Kind of had a Bernard Law look to him, kind of. Phil's going away. Where'd you go, Phil? For dinner? And if so, what did you have? Hey, no bailing, Julian Phil. Jacob Fry sits down to pee and his wife. They can't have people around like Jacob Fry. You just can't have that. That's a joke. Like, he's a joke of a human. So is Tim Walz. I mean, there's other stuff going on there. Speaking of Paul. But yeah, Jacob Fry is a little cancerous thing, and he should be nowhere near any kind of power whatsoever. That's how people get killed. That's what we've seen, and we're going to see even more. You cannot have that. Thank you, everybody, for subjecting yourselves to this brutality for 45 minutes or whatever it was, 44 minutes. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you're not a member of Patreon, please do subscribe. That would be great. We can do all sorts of more wonderful things that I've got in the works. It's just right beyond that wall, in that closet right there. The sky is the limit what we can do if we get more subscribers. Anyway, thank you so much.
C'est la vie.
We go. I know you're up there. I'll try to look at you more, and I'll try to check out to one. All right, now who's still here? Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. It's better than I thought it would have been. Would we call it good? I'm not sure. Good night. See you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Splash. Dr. Cheswick. Dishing. It's funny, I still have the mic. I'm starting to think this is more about you guys all hanging out than it is me. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much.
C'est la vie.
Poor LB. Oh, you want to know the truth? Our poor guy. Thank you. Our poor guy, our 2-year-old, has conjunctivitis and maybe the flu. So Alice had to take him to the outpatient or whatever. They don't let you put him into daycare unless he's getting treatment. Poor guy. He was not happy to be. I dropped him off there today. He was not happy to be dropped off. But I figured he was just like, he was attached to us. But no, he just wasn't feeling good. But so no, Alice is, at the outpatient, which is not a great place to be hanging out, admittedly.
Protesters. They've killed probably more than
vacuous pussies. Oh,